everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah and this is another episode of my New York City Guide series. In this series, I highlight a different New York City neighborhood each episode and tell you all the best things to do, see, and eat there. And today I'm very excited because we are in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. I live right on the border of Fort Greene and downtown Brooklyn, and although my apartment is technically within downtown Brooklyn, I do consider this my neighborhood. I spend a lot of time here. I love it, and I can't wait to show you around. Fort Greene is located in the northwest part of Brooklyn, and it is bounded by the Brooklyn Navy Yard to the north, Prospect Heights to the south, downtown Brooklyn to the west, and Clinton Hill to the east. Fort Greene is a part of Brooklyn Community District 2, which has a population of 144,522 residents with a median age of 34.2 years old. The median household income is $106,992 per year, which is about 1.5 times more than the New York City average of $71,117 a year. According to Zumper.com, the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Fort Greene, specifically at the time of filming this in August 2022, is $4,425, a 70% increase since last year. There are so many different train and bus lines that will get you to Fort Greene. Atlantic Terminal is home to the 2, 3, 4, 5 BD, NQR lines and the Long Island Railroad, and you can take the C to Lafayette Avenue or the G to Fulton Street. It's also serviced by 8 different bus lines. So once you get to Fort Greene, the first thing you're going to want to do is take a walk around and look at the stunning architecture. Much of the neighborhood is part of a registered historic district, which means that developers can't just come in and ruin everything without jumping through a bunch of hoops for approval. This means that there are a ton of beautiful old buildings and landmarks around that you should absolutely just go for a stroll and see. Make sure to take notice of the Williamsburg Savings Bank Tower, also known as 1 Hanson Place, at the northeast corner of Ashland and Hanson Places. From the time of its construction in 1929 until 2009, it was the tallest building in Brooklyn at 41 stories and 512 feet tall. Although it was originally home to the Williamsburg Savings Bank, it has since been turned into an event space and luxury condos. Fort Greene Park is one of my favorite and most frequently visited parks in the whole city. Although it's not quite as large as Central Park or Prospect Park, it's not a small park either at around 30 acres. The park was originally named after the fort formerly located there, Fort Putnam, which was named for Rufus Putnam, George Washington's chief of engineers in the Revolutionary War. In 1812, it was renamed for Nathaniel Greene, a major general of the Continental Army. In 1867, the park was redesigned by Frederick Law Olmsted and Calvert Vaux, who also designed Central Park and Prospect Park. One of the most defining features of the park is the Prison Ship Martyrs Monument. It commemorates the more than 11,500 American prisoners of war who died in captivity on 16 British prison ships during the Revolutionary War. The remains of some of those who died on the ships are kept in a crypt underneath its base. Fort Greene Park is situated on top of a hill, which means you have to climb a bunch of stairs and smaller hills within the park. This can make it an incredible place for a workout, or it can just be a little bit annoying. The park has plenty to do with tennis courts and playgrounds. Sometimes they even have concerts and other events here, but my favorite thing to do is hang a hammock between 2 of the many gigantic trees. All those hills and stairs in Fort Greene Park might make you a little bit hungry, so head on over to our next stop, Black Forest, Brooklyn. There are so many fantastic restaurants in Fort Greene that I really had trouble choosing just one, but I had to go with Black Forest. It's a delicious German restaurant and beer garden that opened at 733 Fulton Street in 2013. Owners Ayana and Tobias Haller say that they opened the restaurant as a tribute to their love. How sweet is that? Here you can get all of your favorite traditional German dishes, as well as a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. On this particular visit, I got the sausage basket with cheese brat on a pretzel bun. It was actually listed on the menu as a Kaiser bun, but I'm not complaining at all. I love pretzel buns. It came with shoestring fries and sauerkraut. I also got a bowl of French onion soup on the side. Ross got the Rindergulasch mit Spatzel, which is a beef goulash with German egg noodles, and it came with a house salad on the side. Everything was absolutely delicious, and I just love the warm, cozy atmosphere of the place. Could not recommend more. If you've watched this far, you must be enjoying the video, so if you could just do me a quick favor and hit the like button for me, that would be great. Oh, and also subscribe to my channel for new videos every week. All right, back to your regularly scheduled programming. If you walk just down the street from Black Forest, literally it is on the same block, and cross the street, you'll come to the Greenlight Bookstore, which is not only my favorite bookstore in Fort Greene, it is one of my favorite bookstores in the entire city. The Greenlight Bookstore has 2 locations in Fort Greene and Flatbush, Brooklyn, a sister stationery store, kiosks at partner cultural institutions, and pop-up locations at events throughout the city, but the Fort Greene store is the flagship location. It was founded in 2009 by Jessica Stockton Bognulo and Rebecca Fitting. It's a general bookstore that carries a little bit of everything. Current bestsellers, fiction and non, children's books, you name it. In my opinion, they have a particularly great selection of local New York City-based books, and their staff recommendations are always right on point. They also usually have a nice selection of signed copies. Every single time I've been in there, the staff is warm and welcoming, and Greenlight also does a lot of great work in the community, partnering with schools to bring successful book fairs and author visits to several dozen schools around Brooklyn. They're currently open every day from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., so pop by for a visit at almost any reasonable hour. Here we are at 75 South Elliott Place, outside of the headquarters of Spike Lee's production company, 40 Acres and a Mule Filmworks. The studio is completely hidden in plain sight here on this otherwise residential street. If you're somehow not familiar with Spike Lee, he is a well-known film director, screenwriter, producer, and actor whose works chronicled the Black experience in America, and he just happened to grow up in the Brooklyn neighborhoods of Fort Greene, Crown Heights, and Cobble Hill. In 1983, he made his directorial debut with a short film entitled Joe's Bed-Stuy Barbershop, We Cut Heads. He submitted this for his master's thesis at NYU, and it ended up winning a Student Academy Award. This was just the start for him, as his future works went on to win multiple Academy Awards, Emmy Awards, and more. And much of his work is heavily intertwined with Brooklyn history. The company name, 40 Acres and a Mule, has some history behind it itself. It's a reference to a policy during the Reconstruction era right after the Civil War, in which recently emancipated Black families on the Georgia coast were given a surplus of land and army mules. However, this was unfortunately very short-lived. After President Lincoln was assassinated, when Andrew Johnson took over, he revoked the order and they were forced to give the land and mules back to their previous owners. Spike Lee and his company do a lot of good here in the community by providing internship opportunities to aspiring filmmakers and through other outreach and community support efforts. If you're into the arts, you should definitely prioritize our last stop today, the Brooklyn Academy of Music, also known as BAM. BAM is a multi-arts center that presents world-renowned programming in all disciplines. Music, theater, dance, film, visual arts, anything you could ask for, really. It's located in 3 separate buildings, all in the same vicinity at 30 Lafayette Avenue, 651 Fulton Street, and 321 Ashland Place. BAM opened in 1861 at its original location on Montague Street in Brooklyn Heights. In 1903, that building burned down and plans were quickly made to relocate to Fort Greene. In 1908, the new BAM officially opened, and it's been here ever since. The building shown here is the Peter J. Sharp building, and it is absolutely beautiful. I just love all the detailing on the molding and the design on the floor of the lobby. A huge variety of major artists have performed their works at BAM. Everyone from Philip Glass to Blackstreet to Alice in Chains and many, many more. Nothing is off limits, and there's bound to be something for everyone within each season of programming. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment down below and let me know what neighborhood you would like to see featured next, and click somewhere right around here to watch the rest of my NYC Guide series. And I'll see you in the next one.